anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They scored well. They defended like crap. Last game, they struggled to score. They defended great. We still have not seen the best out of USA basketball. So they showed they've won different ways. They still should win absolutely the gold medal. But they're playing with fire a little bit with their play, especially when you get to the medal round and it only takes is one game to lose.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome in. We're live right here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh with you on Game Time Decisions. We'll have Dave Sharapan stopping by shortly. But what we do have here is 6 seconds remaining, and Team USA up 56-49. You have a first half over, pretty clear. You have both teams through their first half team totals. But I do believe there were some 7.5s out there as far as the first half spread goes, and what you have is a 7-point lead for Team USA. Again, Kevin Durant has been remarkable. The story, 5 for 5 from 3, 19 points, hasn't missed a shot. Neither has LeBron James with 12 points. Those two are right now combining for 31 points on 12 for 12 shooting, 6 for 6 from 3. I mean, it's just absolutely outrageous from two of the all-time greats who are still all-time greats right now in the world. It is pretty remarkable to see what we've got from those two guys. On the Serbia side, look, there's some stepping up, but really a Nikola Jokic run that was end one, make the free throw, end one, make the free throw, and knock down a three-point shot is what boosted up all of his statistics and certainly helped level the water some for Serbia in this basketball game. A lot of that work came against Joel Embiid. There's some first-half takeaways, who struggled, who's probably going to have to reevaluate some stuff here for themselves at the break, and I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on Joel Embiid. Embiid struggled mightily in both runs that he had out there. He had 2 stints, and he didn't look anywhere near, really, I would say, good enough. I would say for Team USA, that starting lineup, which, again, they had 2 stints out there, not good enough. We saw LeBron out there without that starting lineup, and it's not LeBron's fault. We saw Steph Curry out there, knocked out a couple of his open threes. He's not been excellent. He's not been hard. Drew Holiday's had a moment or two defensively. He's playing too much. He is. While Devin's knocked down some threes, he's not been as good as Anthony Edwards. He's not. What's jarring in this basketball game, what is jarring right now, is who has not played. Tyrese Halliburton not playing is completely expected. I disagree with it. I think Tyrese Halliburton is being underappreciated and underused by this coaching staff. But it was made very clear in the build-up to this tournament that this team was not going to play all 12 guys, and Halliburton was going to be someone holding the short end of the stick. He's one of 2 guys that has not checked in yet for Team USA. The other is Jason Tatum. There are 3 Celtics on this roster. Jason Tatum, their MVP candidate, their best player, hasn't seen the court. Drew Holiday is starting, and Derek White was the second sub off the bench. Tatum is not playing. Admittedly, I'd love to sit here and tell you, ha ha ha, what does this say about Jason Tatum? And there is truly some of that, but it is also relative, right? As Durant made another shot. Oh, my God. USA covers 33 points combined for Durant and LeBron on 13 for 13 shooting. Kevin Durant has 21 points. 21 points at the break. And it's again funny that he does that again as I'm talking about Jason Tatum not playing. And truly, Jason Tatum not playing, people are probably watching this game being like, well, why would he? Kevin Durant took his spot. Kevin Durant took his minutes. I feel like I'm losing my mind a little bit. And again, I'm about to defend Jason Tatum. Are you telling me that Tatum is such a lesser ball handler, shooter, defender than Derek White? That those minutes are being appropriately used? What, they don't need Derek White to be the lead ball handler. Tatum does that for Boston all the time. LeBron can do it. Steph can do it. Get Anthony Edwards out there. He can do it. Devin Booker's done it. What are we doing? I don't, you are in aspects burning your advantage. The big advantage for Team USA is having do-it-all guys that are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". Tatum does fit that description. Like if Team USA threw a lineup out there of LeBron, Durant, Tatum, Anthony Davis, and go Bam Adebayo, right? I'm not saying you have the most shooting in the world, but the size that you would have and the you want to talk about switching 1 through 5. That switches 1 through 5. And you're telling me what you put that roster on the floor and you're hesitant all of a sudden about what ball handling? LeBron's on the court. What are we talking about? Bam Adebayo runs the break. So I don't think Jason Tatum is injured. I don't know to what degree he's maybe been getting cooked in practices. This is jarring. This is jarring that Jason Tatum has found himself not playing. I saw this during one of our commercial breaks. I don't remember who tweeted it out. My apologies. But said, the 4 Celtics, right? Drew Holiday starting. Derek White's coming off the bench. Tatum is not playing, and Jaylen Brown's not even on the basketball team. It's just like none of it feels real. None of it feels real. It's 58-49 Team USA. They are a 15.5-point favorite with a monster climbing total of 201.5. We'll take a look at some props in a moment, but there is actually something from Major League Baseball I would love to bring up. We have Giants-Rockies coming up later today, 4:05. And that's going to be, not the biggest game in the world, but yesterday the Giants had a game. They had 2 games, in fact, and the first one I thought had something really, really noteworthy and special happen in it, which was Blake Snell go out there and just be out of this world. 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 15 strikeouts. Blake Snell has, late start, dealt with some injuries. So here's how Blake Snell's season has looked. 3 starts in April, gone for a month. 2 starts in May, gone for, it was 2 starts in May, got right into June, and then gone for another month. But he has now made 4 consecutive starts for the Giants. And in the 24 innings, he has allowed 2 earned runs. That's a .7 ERA. And in those 24 innings, he has struck out a whopping 30 batters. Obviously, yes, a number wildly elevated due to yesterday's performance, but Blake Snell, and this is incredibly easy to forget, is the reigning NL Cy Young. The San Francisco Giants are 3 games under 500 and could very well be sellers at the break. And we talk about game-changing pieces and guys that can flip a pennant chase on their head. And Blake Snell and his 0-3 record and 5 ERA, I think, fit that description. Look, there's risk. There's also a world that Blake Snell will be the single best player traded at the deadline. The reigning NL Cy Young has given you now 4 starts of .75 ERA and well above the 10 Ks per 9. Something to watch. We'll be right back.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They scored well. They defended like crap. Last game, they struggled to score. They defended great. We still have not seen the best out of USA basketball. So they showed they've won different ways. They still should win absolutely the gold medal. But they're playing with fire a little bit with their play, especially when you get to the medal round and it only takes is 1 game to lose.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, we're back with you right here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Game Time Decisions. USA, Serbia, 58-49 at half. 15.5-point spread, 200.5 listed total. There are live player props from an over-under angle that you can find on DraftKings, and then kind of the 8+, 20+, 30+. We know those kind of numbers that we see on FanDuel. I haven't had a moment yet to crack into the and these are kind of still popping up here, which is nice. I haven't had a moment necessarily to crack into the DK ones. I'm going to do them kind of eyeballed here. Couple of quick thoughts, though. Look, so Team USA up 9. I wouldn't rush to lay the live 15.5. I'd be a little bit more tempted in that under 200.5. If you look right now, that's an over-under of 93.5 points, which, if you kind of take over a full game, is 187, which is a little bit taller than our pregame number. So while I understand that they are looking to shift that, I think you could certainly project some regression here from the three-point line from Team USA. And also, I don't think things have really come super easy for Serbia in the half court. I think there's been some Jokic brilliance, and I think there's been some opportunities off turnover. For Team USA, 10 turnovers in that first half is too many. So if they can tighten up the turnovers, right, this could be a scenario where Serbia scoring becomes a little bit more difficult. U.S. hits a few less from beyond the arc, and then all of a sudden this plays under. So that would be look number one in this game. Then what jumps off the page is how much LeBron has been passing the ball. He's at 5 assists right now at the break. 8+ dimes is minus 125. Would you rather be greedy and hunt for LeBron to record a double-double, which is plus 250? I feel like I'd rather do that if by miracle he grabs 7 rebounds all of a sudden, wow, incredible. And you're getting a better plus price there that LeBron can replicate his first half passing. LeBron right now is controlling a lot of the offense for that opening unit, and understandably, they're running Steph off ball, and then Drew Holiday is really not going to be the lead ball handler. And Devin Booker's running a lot of stuff off ball as well. I think that's an interesting look. Steph Curry to score 15+ points is plus 140. Steph to make 5+ threes is plus 170. Realistically, if he makes 5 threes, you're obviously at 15 points. You get that little bit of a discount there. Now, for Steph, all of his points have been off of threes. That's all he's done thus far. He's not been able to get loose in other ways, but he has been able to get some clean looks, and he has knocked those down when he gets them. I don't hate the look on Steph. The other one, and I think this will be the most difficult sell of the bunch, but it's a plus 250 Embiid to score 10+ points. Joel Embiid was, let's start here, horrendous in the opening half of basketball. 1 of 3, 2 points. But I don't know if they're going to abandon Joel Embiid here through the first half. And if Embiid can settle in a little bit, I think they're going to still run some offense from him, and you're not all that far off. Now, that's plus 250. For perspective, Embiid to get to 8 points is minus 125 on DK. With a listed prop of 7.5. Of the stuff that we've just kind of discussed here, I feel as if the in-game under, we've seen second halves get very low scoring at these Olympics, and the Embiid 10+ points, I think, are the most tempting numbers to me. Durant does have an in-game prop over on DraftKings. It's 31.5. which would be another 12 points. I don't blame you if you bet it. I'm not going to bet it. He's literally not missed, right? So if Kevin Durant missed his next 5 shots, he's still having an unbelievable game. So I'm just not going to run and chase a number like that. Anthony Edwards' prop is at 15.5, which would be an additional 7 points there. Ant was incredibly efficient in his work as well. I think those are the things that I'm looking at here. I've not locked in. I think we have a chance, but I also believe we have our guy Dave Showerpan joining us here on a Sunday morning, and Consig's going to rock around with us for a bit. Dave, look, I know that the Olympics are a huge watch. From a betting perspective, it varies. This year, the Olympics are going to be more bet on, but what really is going to draw money, we've talked about this, it's the men's basketball Olympics and certainly Team USA. So I know you've had an eye on this game. What have you seen so far?
Pretty good effort from Serbia, and watch the in-game number move anywhere from between, it closed around 13.5. It was down to 8.5 at one point. I thought, all right, under double digits might be the play. Just kind of sitting and watching. This morning, had a crazy day last night. Still kind of recovering, Kevin. Had one of those, my oldest turned 21, and I was the casino host, teaching people how to gamble, walking through casinos, showing her different things. So I'm still kind of getting the clouds out of my head.
I think that's understandable. Look at it. It takes some time to shake off those cobwebs there. A happy birthday, though, certainly sent out, which we do love to see. Man, Dave, and it's one of those things. Nobody is burnt by this because I looked, and I don't think the numbers existed. But, man, Kevin Durant comes back in, just completely shakes things up here. With what he's done. As what I say burned is there were no props, right? I actually would have thought play under on Durant because I wouldn't have trusted the workload. Well, it didn't matter the workload, right? Again, he just kind of went wild. He hasn't missed a shot yet. I think what's going to be interesting is to see how much the big picture props change now with Durant back in the fold. I think if this kind of trends this way, he goes neck and neck with LeBron for tournament MVP. And I think he's going to become the new favorite to lead the entire Olympics in scoring.
Without a doubt. I mean, really impressive, obviously, and he hasn't played. So putting him in the mix and then watching them go, I was watching the whole thing going, yeah, they got everybody. Like, you saw what you saw before in the prelim games, and now we're seeing a different product. I mean, this is pretty good. So watch what he does. Do you think he takes a step back in the second half? I mean, he played like a perfect first half, right? It was perfect.
Well, yeah, if he doesn't take a step back, then it's going to be a little out of control, isn't it? It's going to be a little out of control. It's about to get underway here, though. We're also going to talk a little women's basketball next.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They scored well. They defended like crap. Last game, they struggled to score. They defended great. We still have not seen the best out of USA basketball. So they showed they've won different ways. They still should win absolutely the gold medal. But they're playing with fire a little bit with their play, especially when you get to the medal round and it only takes is one game to lose.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
If anybody would like an indicator of just how potentially lost at the wheel Steve Kerr is, we did just see Steph kind of have a banged knees, a little bit of a limp situation, and then Steve Kerr at no point seemingly interested in taking Steph Curry out. And if Steve Kerr was going to be invested in the health of any of these players, you would imagine it would be Steph. Maybe Steve Kerr is actually good and ready to hang it. I don't know. It is what it is. It's a little odd. We did have a hard foul. It's going to get us a chance to reset here at 63-51. We do have, kind of big breaking news. LeBron missed his first shot. So now only Kevin Durant is shooting perfect from the field, as opposed to both of them shooting perfect. But as we go through the review, let's take a chance to talk about the women's basketball. This will take place tomorrow before we're live on Game Time Decisions. And this is a way different beast than even the men's game. People think, oh, man, the men are huge favorites. The women's are 19.5-point favorites tomorrow against Japan. They are minus 3,000 favorites to win this tournament, which is a climbing number, which is incredible to think that people were then betting a minus 1,800 or so on this group to win gold. But I think it speaks to the caliber that they are. What jumps off the page, Dave, for Team USA women's basketball is because you hunt. Where's value? Tournament MVP, Aja Wilson's minus 180.
Wow.
And to some degree, right, you think to yourself, all right, I'm getting minus 180 compared to minus 3,000. But is Aja Wilson minus 180 compared to Breanna Stewart's plus 340? I feel, and I was talking kind of earlier to the crew about this, it feels very similar to the WNBA MVP stuff where I'd love to bet Aja, but they know that. So then they're giving me a bad Aja number, and they're saying, why don't you go take that value play on Stewie? You'll lose your bet. We'll pay out the Aja people who laid the juice at a bad number anyway, and it'll all work out. I get Aja as the favorite. I don't get her as that big of a favorite.
I get her as a favorite, and I get her as that big of a favorite because it's basically exactly what you just said. We really have to offer this, and we put it up, but we really don't want you to bet it. If you're going to bet it, you're going to lay the FU price. So that's what it is. Now, can Stewie win it? Yes, only if Aja doesn't. Only if Aja gets hurt. Only if Aja does anything, what she's supposed to do, right? I guess that's what the pricing indicates to me.
So that's kind of my issue with that. That's what the price says, but now it was a different time. But again, 4 years ago, Stewie did win it, right? And so far in the WNBA All-Star game, Stewie comfortably outscored Aja, had a double-double. Aja was better than her against Germany, but Stewie still played more minutes than her. For whatever reason, Breanna Stewart does play more than Aja Wilson. Now, if that gap is closed, right, if Aja starts playing 30 a night, yeah, then again, she should be able to get there, right? But I think Stewie is being underappreciated in the market, and this is where it's all about what happens. Where do the bets come in, right? Like, this is where I'm not I guess I shouldn't be as judgmental, but if all of a sudden we were having a liability on the Breanna Stewart plus 340, that's when I guess the guy above you comes, what are you doing? What are you doing? But if everybody just keeps clicking Aja, that's what you got to do, and you got to make that number out of reach.
For sure. Well, yeah, you have to. They'll move the Stewie number when it's time to move the Stewie number. If there's any bets on Stewie, the number will come down. I can't believe it's nobody else. Like, look at the other prices; they're great. You wouldn't even consider betting anybody else, Kevin, at all.
You want to? I imagine in the room, they now realize how upset they are. They didn't bring Caitlin Clark because she would have been the most bet on player in the market.
No question.
They're going to give her fourth, fifth best odds. She wouldn't have won it.
Right.
Well, I don't know. 4 threes a game, double-digit dimes. All of a sudden,
a lot of
passing of the torch.
Packages, a lot of things. Yeah.
Never know. Just to give people an idea, because we're hitting a break here, but the rebounds leader is Aja, even stronger, at around minus 265. The assist leader price is Chelsea Gray, which I initially thought, man, maybe we should fade that because Chelsea doesn't play a lot. And then you realize that she's more than competitive in this market without playing a lot. If Chelsea Gray sees her minutes uptick at any point during the Olympic run here, she will run away as the assist leader. But Sabrina Ionescu's 17-1. I do not hate that as a long shot. We'll check back in with Team USA on the men's side, as well as some baseball. We've got Dave Sharapan with us live on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They scored well. They defended like crap. Last game, they struggled to score. They defended great. We still have not seen the best out of USA basketball. So they've shown they've won different ways. They still should win absolutely the gold medal. But they're playing with fire a little bit with their play, especially when you get to the medal round and it only takes is one game to lose.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, we're live right here on SportsGrid right now. We've got 65-53 here, USA and Serbia. Live total 198.5, 15.5 spread here. A basket did go, so it's a 10-point basketball game right now. So Team USA is kind of just holding the spot, if you will, and just the current vibe is this game is the spread is going to hang in the balance kind of the whole way. That's the vibe to me, where at a moment's notice they might extend it up to 18. This thing might get cut down to 5, but this spread is probably in balance with 3 minutes to go in the basketball game, which is kind of, again, my expectation, Dave. And again, I just kind of want to, I was even doing some additional research on this. I do feel that just through my own work that I put in and understanding and conversations with guys like yourself, I have a good sense of this. But I even saw an article that was written over by Front Office Sports, and I don't remember exactly who it was that they had spoke to, but I believe the quoted price was 80% of their Olympic handle they expect to come from men's basketball 5-on-5. And if that's true, then these Team USA games are, like, this is the event of the day, right?
Yep.
We're like, yesterday it was probably still Yankees, Red Sox, or Dodgers,
Correct.
Astros.
Yes.
This is the big game in town today.
Of the Olympics. Now, Yankees Red Sox is still a big deal because it's the last game of the day of the baseball slate. And despite what anybody says, whether you like them or not, it's still probably one of the best rivalries in all of baseball, in all of sports. So that's a big one. The Olympic handle did totally, wow, I was pretty impressed. I love Front Office Sports. They do a great job. I refer to them often, know a lot of the writers there. 80% is a good number. I would bet a little bit over. I think that's how much handle of total Olympic handle that the men's U.S. 5-on-5 basketball team provides. So this is a big deal. Now, the time, it's early out in Vegas. So the time, probably, if this is in prime time, Eastern time zone, midday, little 3 hours behind in Vegas, this has way more handle. Sunday morning, after the disaster that happened here, and by say disaster, I'm probably overstating it, but there was a problem on the freeway between California and Nevada. A truck went over, and it had lithium batteries. The road's been closed for 2 days. Vegas was a little slow for a Saturday night last night because of the California traffic. So that affects handle, at least out in Vegas.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
little stuff like that. As far as the number, I'm watching the game. I'm watching the number 16.5, 17.5, 16.5, 15.5, 16.5. I think we're settling, K-Dub. This is going to fall 15, 16, or 17 right now. Now, the total looks like over a lot of juice on the original number. I'm flipping between two apps. We're 200.5, 199.5. So hovering there. This will be fun to watch in the fourth quarter. I haven't seen one thing yet, though, is Durant doing what he was doing.
Look, I'm going to be he hasn't checked back in yet. You know who's doing what he's doing? Look, man, it's LeBron. And sometimes I get preemptively annoyed at what people's reaction is going to be to me saying this. But quite frankly, if you are watching this game, I don't know what the hell your reaction is other than what my reaction is. He's the best damn player on the roster. He's the best player on the floor. Nikola Jokic is on the floor. Now, it helps to have a significantly better basketball team around you, which is the case here right now for LeBron. He has 18 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds.
Can I ask you a question?
I mean,
I know that's your guy. Why does he do all the mean mugging and the this and the this now?
Because that's sports.
I understand, but
understand
can we do that on a
question.
Tuesday against Sacramento when we need the game?
He does. Oh, but Dave, hold on. Now, see, I don't understand stuff like that, right? So since we'll open that door.
Right.
Dave, does a Tuesday in Sacramento mean as much as a Team USA basketball opening group stage game to anyone, anywhere?
I don't
Dave.
know. I know, but when he's good at pounding his chest. I'm just talking about what I'm seeing. He's good at pounding his chest and telling everybody how good he is when he's on the bigger platform. It's fine, but I need this. Kevin, he doesn't play half the games. How many games did he play last year?
No, that's
60?
not true.
65
No.
of the 82?
Right, no, Dave. I mean, again, he is 39. I mean, he plays a lot more than a lot of the other guys that we pretend are better than him. Last year, he played 71 basketball games, Dave. Is that good enough for you?
71
you didn't think it was
good.
that many.
70,
I know you
did
didn't think it was that many.
Good because there were games where he didn't play that well. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know. 26, 8, and 7. I don't. What? I mean, he was all NBA. I don't know, Dave. I don't remember you being upset at Emmanuel Clase being excited that he closed out the All-Star game, and that thing literally means nothing. I don't remember that, Dave. Did I miss that episode of BVB? You could send me the clip. You could. It didn't happen.
I could.
It didn't happen.
I don't know. I'm just trying to see. He is the best player on the court right now. There's no question.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we see this with the Lakers like we should, right? Like they haven't won. When's the last time they won? I don't know.
I mean, they were in the Western Conference Finals 2 seasons ago, and he was doing that the entire run.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was good.
I know. Yeah. You know what I will say, and this is a good insight because there's a lot of people like Dave, and Dave's he's nowhere near the worst of it. There's a lot of people right now watching this game, watching LeBron be this good, and they're distraught over it. It's ruining their potential enjoyment of this situation because they have to watch LeBron be the guy. Because they thought that 6 years ago they were nearing the end of him being the guy, and he's still the guy. He shouldn't still be the guy. Like Diana Taurasi, right, isn't the woman for Team USA, right? She arguably shouldn't be on the roster. LeBron is the guy. Like, that, it shouldn't be the case, and yet it is. It's pretty remarkable to see.
I don't think anybody has a problem with him being the guy. I think they have a problem just with the the self-promotion in certain situations. That's it. He's still a great player. It just
I don't even know what that means. Anthony Edwards celebrates every dunk, every three. SGA wanted to fight Greece after he hit a game winner on him. Just say you don't like him. It's okay. It's
just
okay.
that it's like, yeah, okay.
Listen,
I don't know.
If after you make a tough layup, right?
Yeah.
And going like this, and you see someone after making a tough layup go like that, when he hits the game winners and he does this one, right? And you see that, and you're like, that bothers me. I'm going to be honest with you. That's on you. That's on
right?
you.
Yep.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's on you. And that's all right. And that's all right.
Sure.
By the way, the Reds are up 1-0 on the Tampa Bay Rays. We might slip some baseball in here for the people because there is a full baseball slate that I'm sure people are excited about tomorrow.
Durant's back in the game.
I do believe.
That's good to know.
Is Paul Skeens. Durant. Let's hope he doesn't celebrate any makes. Let's hope. It's gonna ruin it. Let's hope. No celebrating here. That's right. Act like you've been there before. That's what it's all about. This is Pop Warner, apparently. Pop Warner set a good example. Hey, LeBron, you've been doing this for 2 decades on the biggest stage. Set a good example, brother. How about this? We'll be right back. I'm dominating this show right now. You haven't seen a show hosted this well in years.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They scored well. They defended like crap. Last game, they struggled to score. They defended great. We still have not seen the best out of USA basketball. So they've shown they've won different ways. They still should win absolutely the gold medal. But they're playing with fire a little bit with their play, especially when you get to the medal round and it only takes is one game to lose.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Ooh. Store that one away.
Whoa.
Yeah. Interesting.
How about
Pittsburgh
that?
Pittsburgh Steelers. Interesting. Quickly right now, just to let people know, USA, 17.5-point live favorite, 201.5 listed total. Let's just talk a little bit of baseball, Dave. I know you always try and canvas this slate here. What are kind of the things that you're looking at, you're hearing about, you're interested in on a Sunday baseball card?
If I could get it done, I might be down in Arizona for the last game of the Pirates and the Diamondback series. Not too many teams playing better than Arizona Diamondbacks, especially in the last month. I think they have the most wins in baseball. Might be underpriced, K-Dub, but that's okay because Keller's pitching and the Pirates are probably going to win. And I don't say that lightly. I'm just kind of putting it out there that today may be the day to back the Buccos. 2 bad games so far in Arizona, and it's Skeens Day tomorrow. Yankees, Red Sox, talked about it earlier. Yankees are favored. Rodon's pitching.
Yep.
They got one yesterday that I'm not sure they should have gotten, but they did in extras, cover the run line, all that stuff. More like that game over. But this will be one of those ones where I think people will I just remember these are games like where people will come to the counter and go, "Oh, Rodon's pitching." The Yankees don't win when he pitches. They don't, so they'll bet the Red Sox. The Red Sox may end up being a public dog by the end of, by the time the game goes tonight. And then Cleveland and Philadelphia has been fascinating for a couple days. Friday, great job. Clase, our guy, closed the game.
Yes. Yes.
I really like this guy. I really like Cleveland, period. And yesterday, Phillies did what they do. That game's coming up here, shortly. It's about 45 minutes away. I got pitching changes. I got 2 guys in there, Cantillo and Allard, 2 lefties. That sounds like a softball game. Over. First thought. I'm just saying, that sounds like we might have some, get that high arc and drop it in there and swing for the fences. Mm-hmm. What about Dodgers Astros? Please tell me you caught a little bit of that series. What's going on with this team?
Yeah, I mean, truly, Ohtani homers every day. That's kind of what I'm convinced of.
Every day.
The guy's got 80 home runs. There's that would be the only thing that makes sense. I do not understand how I feel that Ohtani homers more often than Aaron Judge. I'm a Yankee fan. Like, I should see Judge homers more frequently. Judge has more home runs than Shohei. I don't know what it is. It feels like Ohtani hits a home run every day, and he's still not really close to Judge.
This is the West Coast effect. I feel like you see every Ohtani homer because you see it on the highlights. You, being back east, probably see every Judge homer. We don't see it here. You're absolutely right. It's on every platform. It's everything. He's the guy. And I said it to the kids yesterday because we were out and about. And I was driving around with Big Consig, and I said, Ohtani homered again. And she's like, man, he does. He homers. How many home runs does he have? I said, he's second to Judge. So you're not alone in thinking that. The Dodgers pitching has a serious question mark. And today's another one.
Yeah.
I mean, the Astros are small favorites. Rightly so.
Have you seen I am trying, my baseball Rolodex, it doesn't go as deep as, like a basketball. But have you ever seen a team like the Dodgers where basically the entire staff is injured, it feels like? I mean, I know they just got, like, Kershaw and Glasnow back. But I mean, this team will go 5-day windows throwing 5 guys that you're like, who are you? You are not supposed to be a starter on this team.
Correct. And I don't want to say it's showing baseball exactly what the problem may be with the current setup, but it's not important. The regular season.
Which setup is that?
Everything. What's that?
Which setup? I'm just what is the setup that the problem is?
The way the playoffs are. Just get in. It's not that important. I think for some teams it is important because they have 1 or 2 starters that they have to set up. The starting pitching value in baseball during the regular season is becoming less and less and less. So certain teams are adopting that where we're just out hit everybody. We'll win 90 games. In the National League, 90 gets you in. Now, whether it gets you home field, gets you a first round bye, it doesn't really matter. So I feel like the Dodgers, yes, they have injuries, and yes, I think they would rather the starters go. But, I mean, you look at the pitching and compare them to a team like the Pirates who are trying to get in. They have to win every game that Skeens pitches, and he has to pitch the rest of the season. They have to win almost every game Keller pitches because the other 2 or 3 days are complete coin flips. The Dodgers, with their coin flips, with their lineup and Ohtani, aren't really coin flips, at least in their eyes.
Yeah, I think, look, it's an interesting perspective. And the one thing I will say is in the NFL, they've expanded the playoff field, right? But you don't see, it's different, it's one-offs, right? But you don't see, hey, man, just get us in. What's the difference between a wild card and the 1 seed? Everything.
Oh, no.
Everything. In baseball, there is, again, and I know you and I, at the moment at least, land on different sides of it, but there's at least a conversation that the bye is bad, right?
Yep.
Like in football,
Yep.
we know it's definitively good. And in baseball,
Correct.
it's arguably a negative thing that you will have, that you might want to root for your team to not get a bye, which is just, I mean, kind of mind-boggling and really interesting. You asked me about the Dodgers Astro series. I'll tell you what my new rooting interest is. I hope Houston wins, sweeps the Dodgers, and their upcoming game will be hosting the Pirates.
Yes.
And then Paul Skeens comes in and shuts
Yes.
them down. And
Yes.
gets extra bonus points for that Cy Young race. Let's get your USA-Serbia update here and close out a terrific Game Time Decisions on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They scored well. They defended like crap. Last game, they struggled to score. They defended great. We still have not seen the best out of USA basketball. So they've shown they've won different ways. They still should win absolutely the gold medal. But they're playing with fire a little bit with their play, especially when you get to the medal round and it only takes is one game to lose.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
We're back right here on Game Time Decisions. Someone did, and listen, I'm not snitching because I don't think Dave will care one bit. But someone did send me a tweet that said the consig is an average casual basketball fan who's not appreciating LeBron enough. And I just wanted to let that gentleman know that I salute him. I think he's got great takes, and I love what he's bringing to the table here. Wow. We might have to get this guy on Game Time Decisions.
Get him on the show.
Listen, Dave. we're still doing the in-play sports tonight with having banged the phone. I wanted to ask you this, and you and I are going to have other opportunities to talk about this, but it looks like Team USA is on now. Anything can happen, right? But let's just conservatively say Team USA is going to walk away with a cover, right?
Yep.
This of their group was supposed to be by far their most difficult game. The expectations for South Sudan and Puerto Rico are 30-plus point spreads. I don't know what they're going to necessarily clock in at, but that's what the expectations are. Do you think if USA puts a cover up here, we're going to see people then running to bet, let's say South Sudan, which I believe is the next game, right? I've been trying to guess that number. If I told you the number's 35, is the public going to be taking or laying with Team USA if they're coming off of a pretty strong and convincing win here against Serbia?
What happens in that situation is it becomes a more not a take or a lay, but a pass. When you get to high spreads, this will happen in college football. And I can't wait for college football. I love all sports. You can call me a casual. I sat in rooms all over the world and had to book all these sports. What I'm not is a soccer guy. Now, you have big spread games, and it's going to happen, right? Donnie is a soccer guy. And you're kind of a behind the scenes hockey guy. I like what you're doing with the stuff on the ice. The pucks is working. You get a 38-point spread, Alabama and South Alabama, whatever that game is that Bama used to play. That's 52 the total is 58.
Let's see what this is. Go ahead.
You just don't get action on it. So USA, South Sudan, if it's 38, if it's 40, it's a lot of times it's a pass. And, what a lot of the rhombuses and the parallelograms are doing right now are getting ready for college football. They're getting ready for pro football. They're not playing this stuff. A bigger spread will discourage action rather than encourage it. And if this is going to be the most competitive game or supposed to be the most competitive game and they win by 20 plus, be careful because you may get a lot of people tuning out rather than tuning in to see blowouts. I mean, people like competitive stuff. And if they don't feel like they're into it, it's a tough watch.
Yeah. There's going to be a drop-off for the next two games, and then the knockout stage, it'll elevate back up. That's my expectation, at least. But if there are the South Sudan game's close again, people tune in, right? Like that'll kind of be how that goes. I mentioned there was a Steeler thing, and I'm kind of glad to do this with such minimal time because it's such an interesting topic, and maybe we'll get into it. But the alert simply that hit my phone was, Russ not a lock for QB1. Steelers, quote, open-minded about Justin Fields winning starting job this summer. Buy or sell, Dave. Is that true?
I was home for 3 days back in Pittsburgh. And I can tell you this, the locals, 50-50 on the whole Russ thing. Not sure. I've been saying it to Matt on BBB, and I've been saying it to everyone else that I've been talking to about the Steelers in the previews. I'm okay with Justin Fields starting. In fact, I prefer it. I thought they signed him to actually start and have Russ back up because I don't think Russ is going to be healthy enough to play the whole 17 games. So give me somebody who is, give me somebody who can move and make that offense go. I want to see that offense cook. I want to see juice. Let's go. You talk about it. You don't have to just do 3 yards on a cloud of dust. Adapt or die. Yeah. I hope LeBron scores 50 and everybody's happy. Boom.
Hey, listen, I there you go, Dave.
Let's go.
We got him to buy it. We got him to buy it. Man, if it was in reach, I'd throw my hat on too right now. I got the USA hoops hat. Get real patriotic around this time. As we sign off, it's a 15-point game right now. USA up 91-76. In-game live takes over. Kevin Walsh, I'll see you tomorrow night right back here. Game Time Decisions.